Hello, I'm back with some Squish community members. I'd like for you all, go ahead and introduce yourself.
Hi, I'm Doss. My pronouns are they, them, or EM. And I am a peer support volunteer at Squish, so I'm a helpline volunteer. And I also help with organizing the resource book.
Great.
And I'm Amanda. I use she, her pronouns, and I'm a graphic designer for Squish, so I work more on the internal side of things.
Okay, great. How's the mic check here, Aaron? Great. Okay. So let's sink in, right? Why are you involved in Squish?
Yeah, I was involved in Squish. I first got involved in Squish because I really wanted to use my skills in whatever way I could to really feel like I was giving back to my community and getting more involved with my community.
Yeah.
The day job that I do to pay the rent and stay in St. Louis is corporate and very soul-sucking, and to only be putting my energy towards that for the rest of my time in St. Louis was just really daunting, and so I really needed to feel like I was giving back and getting involved in a way. So
Right on.
Yeah.
What about you, Doss? Why did you get involved with Squish?
Well, so I actually first heard about Squish when I was still living at my parents' house. And I just really could use support in around my identity and stuff, which I didn't really have that in just the people that I was around. And it was scary, but I did keep it aside as a little resource. I could I could maybe call these people sometime. And there was one day when I did call, and I was like, that was helpful. I think it was around the holidays when people were like, come to our Thanksgiving party, come to our Christmas party. And I'm like, no, actually don't come to your Christmas party. Because I wasn't out yet or anything, and I was just the whole time. And then that was probably a year ago or something. I don't know how long ago it was, but a little while ago. And then more recently, I've moved out, and I've kind of been more on my own, way more independent, way more out just in the world, more becoming myself, and saw that they were needing volunteers or whatever. And I was like, seems like something I could do.
Yeah.
Not sure if it's something I could do. Let's see if it's something I can do. So I applied and did the interviews, and I was like, okay, I think this is something I can do. And then the training was very helpful. Definitely couldn't have done it without that. But yeah, it's just also important to me because I remember how I felt not having anyone to talk to, not having people to support me just around my life. And it's if I could, even if it's just one person, if I ever make them feel better from joining Squish, I'll be it was worth it. So yeah,
one human that you shift something in them, to make them feel connected to other humans,
and just
That's
know
powerful.
that they're not alone, and that they can talk about it.
For sure. Right. I mean, I just want to talk to folks out there. It is the holiday season, and it's COVID, and it's post-election horror, and all the things, and you're just gently encouraging people to utilize this resource in our community. This is a gift. It's run by us collectively, right? As queer people, for us collectively as queer people. And that is powerful. And so really, encouraging folks to utilize the resource. I think, Lucas said earlier, folks call to celebrate things because they're building relationships, and folks call when they're in crisis, both and. There is no shame in that. There is beautiful community, beloved community in that. Did you have to go through the training too, even in an admin role?
No, I didn't.
No, you did not. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I was, I think I went through one interview
Mm-hmm.
and then was kind of just onboarded into my role.
Sure.
And I think one of the really beautiful things about Squish is that they're really flexible, and you get to brainstorm a lot about reimagining your role and rethinking with the things that I'm passionate about, what can I give to Squish? What can I do for Squish and with Squish? And so I think there was a lot of initial conversation about what do I want my role to look like, and then things kind of rolled from there. So
so there's that flexibility, that creativity, that sort of what did Lucas say, lateral or the leadership level being very much collaborative, right? And that's another thing that I admire about the organization, and it does not seem like the pyramid of top heavy, right? It seems like a real collaboration of queer folks doing for other queer folks. What kind of like, let's say there is a tentative human or a human who really feels like they would benefit from the support on the Squish hotline, but they're scared. I mean, Dos, can you kind of, I heard you say earlier that you haven't actually taken a call yet, but what would a human expect when they called into the Squish hotline?
So, once they like actually get their phone and call, and you also can request a call right now. So they
Request a call.
if they don't
This
feel,
is new. Tell me this.
if you don't feel comfortable just like picking up your phone and calling, but you might know like I want to talk like at this time, it would have to be like during one of the open hours. I think you can schedule it. There's like a Google Sheets or something. There's like some type of form you can fill out to request a call, and then we can call you back at the time that would work for you, or you can just pick up your phone and call, and then whoever's the volunteer at the time would answer it and basically ask you, are you in a safe place to talk right now? So if you are, then they can start talking, but if you're not, that's like can try to figure out how to help you in whatever situation you're in. They can support you in it, and support is probably a better word to use.
Yeah.
But then just basically working through whatever it is called about. If you want to just call and talk about how great of a day you had, that's cool. But also if you need like support in any way, if you need resources and you just don't know where to turn, you might literally whatever, they'll just like help you work through it.
Yeah.
And kind of like work through it with you. It's not going to be somebody like telling you what to do or saying this is how you should feel about it or that's not how you should feel about it. Like, no, it's just going to be like help you work through whatever it is and just explore your feelings, and if you need resources, find resources hopefully, or maybe guide you towards a path that would help you find I'm not finding the word I need there, but like help guide you to a resource if they don't have one directly. Yeah.
I love that idea of scheduling somebody to call you. I am the extrovertiest extrovert on the planet, and I still struggle sometimes with making phone calls, like cold calling. It's like, oh, I'll answer a phone, no problem. But making a phone call, even with all my like, enthusiasm for humanity, can be challenging. That's such a great way to meet people where they're at.
Yeah.
And it can really take sort of that pressure off, and then you can, I don't know, that seems really tender and a really good idea. Well, we're closing it out. So what do you have, what would you tell a human who's maybe thinking about specifically getting involved in Squish? How would you encourage them to find a role in your organization? You want to go?
Sure.
Yeah.
Well, you can always visit our website at the Squish, the SQSH.org, and there's a whole list of positions that are available on there. It really, Squish is, like I said, really flexible, and if you have an interest and a passion and you want to work with Squish, I think just getting in touch with